1. Wipe Out the Safaris. Released in 1963. This song became a defining instrumental of the surf rock era with its iconic drum solo and surf guitar. The Safaris struggled to replicate its massive success as surf rock declined by the mid-60s. It represents a wipeout, a term used in surfing when a rider falls off their board. The laugh at the beginning adds the fun energy. 2. In the year 2525, Zager and Evans. Released in 1969. This song's futuristic and dystopian theme resonated with audiences during a time of rapid technological and societal change. Despite its success, Zager and Evans never had another major hit, as their follow-ups failed to gain traction. It warns about the dangers of technological overreach, predicting a bleak future where humans lose control of their destiny. 3. Na Na Hey Hey Kiss Him Goodbye, Steam. Released in 1969. The catchy Na 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 Hey Hey goodbye chant made it an instant crowd favorite, especially in sports arenas. Steam wasn't even a real band at first. The song was recorded by studio musicians, and their attempt to form a group afterward didn't take off. It's about a woman telling her ex-boyfriend that his new relationship is doomed, and he will regret leaving her.
Teenage daughter who attended Harper Valley Junior High.
4. Harper Valley PDA Jeannie C. Riley. Released in 1968, this bold country song with a strong feminist message called out small-town hypocrisy in an engaging storytelling format. While Jeannie C. Riley had a successful career in country music, she never had another crossover hit like this one. A single mother stands up to a judgmental parent-teacher association PDA, exposing their double standards. 5. The Boy from New York City, the Ad-Libs. Released in 1965, this doo-wop song became a radio hit, with infectious harmonies and upbeat energy. The Ad-Libs faced record label issues and changing music trends that prevented them from sustaining success. A girl sings about her love for a stylish and charming boy from New York City. 6. Love Can Make You Happy, Mercy. Released in 1969, this soft rock ballad captured the romantic vibe of the late 60s with heartfelt lyrics. Legal issues with their record label led to their downfall, and they couldn't follow up with another hit. The song describes how love can bring both joy and pain.
Oh, little girl, psychotic reaction.
7. Psychotic Reaction, Count 5. Released in 1966, this garage rock anthem gained popularity due to its raw energy and distorted guitar sound. The band disbanded quickly after their hit, unable to maintain momentum. It describes intense emotions, possibly about love or mental instability, using psychotic reaction as a metaphor.
Call me angel of the morning, angel.
8. Angel of the Morning, Merrily Rush. Released in 1968, this emotional ballad was beautifully orchestrated and later covered by Juice Newton in the 1980s. Merrily Rush struggled to stay in the mainstream as the industry shifted toward rock and funk. A woman sings about embracing a fleeting romance, knowing it won't last but cherishing the moment.
Men in their clean white coats and they're coming to take me away.
9. They're Come and Take Me Away. Released in 1966, this novelty song became a viral hit due to its bizarre spoken word lyrics and hypnotic beat. The song's weirdness was its biggest appeal, but it was too odd to allow for long-term success. A man loses his mind after a breakup, imagining authorities taking him to an asylum. 10. Sukiyaki, Q Sakamoto. Released in 1963, this rare foreign language song became a U.S. hit, thanks to its beautiful melody. The language barrier and lack of follow-up English songs kept Q Sakamoto from further success in America. The song tells a sad story of a man walking alone, try to smile despite his heartbreak. 11. Dominique, the Singing Nun. Released in 1963, this peaceful folk song stood out for its religious themes, offering a unique contrast to the rock-dominated charts. The Singing Nun wasn't interested in commercial success. and later left the music industry. It tells the story of Saint Dominic, the founder of the Dominican order. 12. Gimme Gimme Good Loving, Crazy Elephant. Released in 1969, this lively rock song became popular for its fun, feel-good chorus. The band was a studio project with no real members, making it difficult to maintain momentum. A simple love song about wanting affection and passion. 13. 98.6 Keith. Released in 1967, this catchy and uplifting song became a radio favorite. Keith was unable to replicate the song's success despite several attempts. The song compares the warmth of love to a healthy body temperature 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. 14. Do You Love Me? The Contours. Released in 1962, this high-energy Motown song became a dance floor favorite. Despite being a great Motown act, they were overshadowed by bigger names like The Temptations. A man celebrates that his partner finally loves him, using dance as a metaphor for excitement.
I'll call out for more.
15. A Whiter Shade of Pale, Procol Harum. Released in 1967, this hauntingly poetic song featured a Baroque-style organ that gave a mysterious, dreamlike feel. Procol Harum continued to make music, but never reached the same commercial success. The song's abstract lyrics describe a surreal, possibly romantic, experience filled with imagery. In 1972, a song about a barmaid named Brandy sailed up the charts and into history. It told the story of a woman who captured the heart of every man except the sailor who loved the sea more than her. Brandy, You're a Fine Girl wasn't just a pop hit. It was a storytelling masterpiece, wrapped in sweet harmonies and anchored by a catchy chorus. The band behind it, Looking Glass, seemed poised for greatness. They had tight musicianship, a clear voice in lead singer Elliot Lurie, and a signature sound that fused folk, rock, and soft pop. But behind the scenes, Looking Glass was fractured. They were college friends from New Jersey, thrown into the deep end of fame without a clear direction. Their follow-up single, Jimmy Loves Marianne, barely cracked the top 40. The momentum was gone. Lurie left the band shortly after. Without their lead singer and songwriter, Looking Glass drifted apart. Elliot Lurie tried a solo career. The rest faded into the shadows. Brandy, though, lived uncovered, sampled, featured in films like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. One song, Immortal. They wrote one of the most iconic love songs of the 70s, but fame was fleeting. And what came next wasn't another chart topper, it was Silence.
Oh, ho, it's magic, you know.
Pilot, Magic, 1974. It was as light and sweet as cotton candy. Magic, by the Scottish band Pilot, sounded like the world falling in love. Echoed across radios in 1974, lifting the band to international attention. Pilot had the ingredients for success. Their song was built on bright melodies, dreamy synths, and a feel-good optimism that could chase away any storm. But the magic didn't last. Their next albums failed to connect. January, a follow-up in the UK, never caught on in America. Label struggles and musical shifts pushed them aside. Pilot quietly dissolved by the end of the decade, their spark spent. Magic found new life decades later in commercials and movies. But the band who gave us that light had already vanished. They gave us a song that felt like sunshine in sound waves, then the lights went out. But their sudden fall may have been anything but magical.
Ride, Captain, ride upon your mystery.
It begins like a dream. A mysterious ship, 73 men aboard, sailing into the unknown. Ride, Captain, Ride, released in 1970 by Blues Image, was a psychedelic rock voyage that invited the listener to escape a world of conformity. Blues Image came out of Florida, soaked in Latin rhythms, rock attitude, and jam band sensibility. The song, built around a spontaneous piano riff and spacey lyrics, soared to 4 on the Billboard chart. But they were already splintering. Their lead guitarist, Mike Panera, soon joined Iron Butterfly. Internal tensions and a lack of direction doomed them. No second hit came. The band broke up within a year. Ride, Captain, Ride became a classic rock staple. But for Blues Image, the journey was short and the ship never returned. Their music sailed into the sky, but they couldn't outrun the storm below. What sank them remains a story few remember. Sugarloaf, Green-Eyed Lady, 1970. A hypnotic bass line, jazzy organs, a moody rock groove. Green-Eyed Lady by Sugarloaf was one of those songs that sounded like a slow-motion walk through a neon-lit city street. Formed in Denver, Colorado, Sugarloaf's fusion of rock, jazz, and psychedelia set them apart. Their debut single hit 3 on the charts in 1970. Critics loved it. Audiences couldn't get enough. But the band couldn't replicate that magic. Their label changed, they lost promotional support, and their next efforts fizzled. By 1975, Sugarloaf had become a Trivia Question 1 monster hit and gone. Their frontman, Jerry Corbetta, later played with Frankie Valli. But Sugarloaf's moment was over. Their groove was undeniable, their sound ahead of its time. But the hit outshone everything they ever did again. A song that feels like headlights on a rain-slick road at midnight. Driver's Seat was both intimate and mysterious. Released in 1978, it was a strange breakout for a band with a stranger name, Sniff and the Tears. Lead singer Paul Roberts crafted a moody, melancholic sound that blended soft rock with an almost new wave sensitivity. The song slowly climbed charts in Europe and America, becoming a quiet hit. But the band couldn't hold together. Members left. Tours were scrapped. The album flopped. Roberts tried to keep the name alive, but lightning didn't strike twice. Decades later, Driver's Seat found cult love in car commercials, in playlists, in nostalgia. The band, however, never returned to the spotlight. They captured the strange magic of midnight drives and broken memories, then vanished into the rear-view mirror. Few rock intros hit harder than this one. A synthesizer howl, a scream, and then a driving riff that doesn't let go. Never Been Any Reason by Head East was pure Midwestern rock energy, loud, fast, unapologetic. The band formed in Illinois and became local legends. Their debut album sold well, and the song became a staple on FM radio. But that success never spread far outside rock's underground fan base. They released more albums, toured hard, but never cracked the top 40 again. Eventually, members left, the sound changed, and the magic wore off. Today, the song still plays on classic rock stations. But for most, Head East was always a band with that one song. They asked why we don't believe in them, and then the world just didn't. Built like a supergroup but born for only one song, Thunderclap Newman was assembled by none other than Pete Townsend of The Who. Their protest anthem, Something in the Air, topped charts in Britain and echoed across the world in 1970. The song was part revolution, part soft psych dream. It captured the spirit of protest, change, and youth unrest. But the band was never meant to last. Townsend moved on. The lineup couldn't sustain itself. Their one album became a cult artifact. Their one hit became part of film soundtracks and nostalgic flashbacks. They didn't fade, they evaporated. They sang of revolution and disappeared before the echo could return. He wore flaming helmets. He screamed he was the god of hellfire. Arthur Brown wasn't just a musician. He was performance art set to psychedelic rock. Fire became a strange global hit. Theatrical, terrifying, and unforgettable. It set a tone that inspired everyone from Alice Cooper to Marilyn Manson. But his crazy world didn't translate into a lasting career. He rejected commercial norms. His band imploded. And though he kept recording, nothing ever reached the heights of that burning scream. A trailblazer who couldn't walk the mainstream road. It was too strange, too loud, too soon. And just like fire, it couldn't last.
Feels right.
In 1976, a song with marimba solos and soft harmonies took over the airwaves. Moonlight Feels Right was like a postcard from a beach you've never been to. Starbuck was a southern band with an unusual pop rock touch. The song hit 3 in the US, but follow-ups fizzled. Radio didn't know what to do with them. Too soft for rock, too weird for pop. They kept recording, but the magic never repeated. Moonlight Feels Right remained their signature and their only moment. Their song drifted through open car windows that year. and then disappeared with the last warm night. They had the sound, the look, the songs, but they never had the luck. Cargo was part of the Memphis power pop scene, signed to Ardent Records, the same label as Big Star. Their single Feel Alright was praised as a perfect slice of rock pop, but a distribution meltdown meant their album never reached stores across the country. Their label's deal with Stax Records collapsed. Without records on shelves, no one could buy their music even if they wanted to. They disbanded quietly. Their story, like their LPs, became hard to find. They should have ruled the airwaves. But when no one could buy your record, even greatness fades. As the 70s shifted into a new decade, everything changed. Disco ruled. Punk exploded. Radio tightened playlists. Record companies cut risks. For many of these bands, it wasn't about talent. It was timing. They were forgotten not because they failed, but because the system failed them. And sometimes, even brilliance isn't enough. Some went into teaching. Others joined different bands. A few vanished completely. And some died before they saw the legacy they left behind. But the songs, they remained. They lived in crates of vinyl, on dusty radio playlists, in the headphones of collectors and dreamers. Each track a time capsule, a spark frozen in sound. A one-hit wonder isn't a failure. It's proof that, for a moment, everything came together. A band, a melody, a feeling, and the world listened. Maybe they didn't stay. Maybe the spotlight was short, but the light still shines. Because even if the world forgets to name the song, remembers you,